Hey everybody, I just got a very exciting belated birthday package in the mail about an hour ago, and I was so excited I could hardly wait. It is a box of Strixhaven Japanese set boosters. So the set boosters have a slightly different composition than the normal boosters. Let me see if I can pull that up actually. You get about the same amount of rares per box, but I believe you get more uncommons and you also get list cards. Let's see. One mystical archive card, which can be uncommon rare or mythic rare, one lesson of any rarity, one foil of any rarity, 25% chance to get a card from the list, basically a reprint list, and an art card, which may be foil stamped, and maybe some other stuff too. Hopefully, obviously the packs aren't just 4 cards plus art card. But those are the things we care about, and what we especially care about, the reason this is a Japanese language box, is the Japanese alternative art mystical archive cards, which are gorgeous, and that's what we're going to be chasing in this box. So as usual, I've got my box as well as some perfect fits here, and I have not touched it at all except to make a little cut so I can get the shrink wrap off. So let's get going. I'm also using a slightly different setup today, so I think that the camera quality is going to be worse and the audio ASMR quality is going to be better. But let me know what you think in this compared to my previous videos. I'm still, I don't make so much videos for this channel, so it hasn't felt quite right to me to invest in expensive equipment. This is more just scrounged together from what I have or what I can borrow. Alright, so the box opens up like this, with this white piece of cardboard, and then this folds back down, making a nice, fold please, making a nice set display. You can see what looks like a Lorehold and Witherbloom student battling on the box art. Doesn't seem like any kind of lore implication. All these set boosters actually have the same art on the front. I kind of like it. It's a nice unified look. Makes me excited to get cracking. So I guess I'll walk through. I don't remember all the card names, and because it's in Japanese I won't be able to read them. But we'll go through a couple packs and then we'll start just opening them more rapidly to get those chase cards. So let's get started. Hopefully the pack crackle noise should be a little reduced, but if you liked that, then apologies, because maybe you'll miss that sound. Again, like, leave something in the comments. I don't really know what the best setup is, so I'm happy to take any feedback that people have. Alright. We've got an art card. I believe this is Spectre of Woe. It's just a common. These art cards, I'm sorry. These art cards don't feel as nice quality as the Modern Horizons ones. You can see they're basically like printed on cardboard rather than like that plastic material. Then we have Island, Lesson, some commons, uncommons, rare, Valentine, Dean of the Vein, and on the back is like Lizette, Dean of the Root, I believe, if I remember. Mystical Archive, Swords to Plowshares, great pull, useful in almost any deck. And foil Japanese Mystical Archive, Black. I believe this is Sign in Blood, so the effect is to draw 2 cards and lose 2 life. And Bloodied Ghost from the list. Interesting, an Eventide reprint. Nice. Already foil Japanese Mystical Archive is pretty amazing. I'll sleeve those up. I have some dusty inner sleeves here. All right, onward. Here we've got a fractal token. The art card is Mystical Archive Counterspell, I believe. Has the vertical orientation that shows that it's from a Mystical Archive. Land. Spirit Summoning, the lesson. Some Lorehold commons. Uncommons, a rare dual land. Mystical Archive Chaos Warp, not the Japanese one. I mean, it's in the Japanese language, but it doesn't have the Japanese special art. And the foil lesson, Expanded Anatomy. Sleeve this guy up. Chaos Warp, another nice commander staple. So far we're 2 for 2 on these packs hitting. Next up, Inkling token. Defiant Strike art card? I'm not sure which one this is actually. Land. Lesson card. More Lorehold commons, it looks like. Some uncommons. The rare is Culling Ritual, which wipes the board of small permanents. Infuriate as the Mystical Archive. The art on this one is really gorgeous, even though the card effect isn't the strongest. I hope you can clearly see that. I'm trying to get it to focus. There we go. Yeah, it's pretty beautiful. And the rare, foil rare, Venerated Past Caller, something like that. It can return creatures from your graveyard to the battlefield when it deals damage. Foil rare can get the sleeve. I'm just adjusting how I'm sitting here. All right. Next up, we've got Fractal Summoning token, or just a Fractal token. I want to say this is a Lightning Bolt. Land. Another Spirit Summoning. Witherbloom commons. uncommons, Gnarled Professor for the rare, and the Japanese Mystical Archive Opt. Most people would probably say this is one of the prettiest arts in the Mystical Archive Japanese version. I'm a huge fan of it. And foil Overgrown Archway, probably not that relevant. This pack's giving me some trouble. You'd think after all the packs I've opened on video, I might be faster at it. But it's because I have to kind of hold them out in front of me to get them on camera. Alrighty. And I want to be gentle with the cards, of course. The Spirit Token created by Spirit Summoning. The art card is Rise of Extus with the artist foil stamp signature. This is a really nice one to get the signature on. This artist, Wiley Beckett, is a very up-and-coming artist in the scene. I think they're going to become like a huge fan favorite once they get the chance to work on some more sets. Foil Island. Elemental Summoning for the lesson. Oh, here's the card. So you can see that they match up. Some commons and uncommons. The rare is, oh no, I don't remember the name. It makes a creature that's size is equal to the number of cards in your hand. Mystical Archive Agonizing Remorse, and a foil Pigment Storm. Treasure Token. The art card is Auric Lore Mage. Forest. Lesson. Commons and uncommons. Strict Proctor for the rare, I believe is what this card is called. It's like a Torpor Orb effect. It stops the ability of creatures entering the battlefield. And Replenish, maybe? Rejuvenate? I think it's the one that gains 3 life and lets you draw a card, if I remember. And foil Grinning Ignis. It's a quirky card that jumps around. It likes to jump between your hand and the battlefield a lot. For those of you who like booster pack wrapper crinkling ASMR, maybe this is the video for you, because I have some difficulties opening them. I could cut them with scissors, but I always get too scared that it's going to damage the cards somehow. Okay, well, I'm going to cut it with scissors. I'll just make sure the cards are out of the way. got a pest token. The art card is, please focus. I order you, focus. It's not Thrilling Discovery. You discard a card and draw 2 cards. Thrill of Possibility. Mountain, foil mountain actually. Lesson card. Commons and uncommons. The rare is Bleck's Vexing Pest, which is a modal double-faced card. It can be cast as Bleck's, or it can be cast as Hunt for Bleck's, which lets you draw cards by paying life. Lorehold Command. 2 rares in here. Mystical Archive Grape Shot. I love Storm and spell-based decks. This is a nice pull. And foil, I think it's just called Dragon's Approach. I guess I'll put Blex in a sleeve as well. I might build some commander stuff with this guy. He's pretty cute as a little pest. And the ability to draw, it's a 4-mana, draw 5, lose 15 on the back, if I remember correctly. If you decide to pay the maximum amount of life, which is pretty sweet. I mean, drawing 5 cards for 4 mana is really, really powerful. No token here. The art is... Why isn't it? It's really having some trouble focusing. Y'all don't want to watch me blurrily open cards. The art is Beladros Witherbloom, the Elder Dragon for the green-black faction. Swamp, Lesson, commons and uncommons. The rare is Retriever Phoenix. Pretty, relatively underpowered. Japanese Mystical Archive. I believe this is the same one that I got before, but with the Japanese art. Replenish. So I think you just gain 3 and draw a card. I'm still going to be sleeving it up though, because anything with the Japanese alt art is something I want to take good care of. Foil mage, what's it called? It's like the Strixhaven version of Quidditch. Mage Tower, I think. It's like Mage Tower Stadium. And I guess instead of the token, we get a list card, which is Memnite, a 0-mana 1/1 artifact creature. An ad card. Art card is Prismari Campus, I believe. Plains, commons and uncommons. The rare is Silverquill Command. And the Mystical Archive is Memory Lapse. And a foil common. I guess we get another list card in this one because there's no token. Maybe that's what that means. The art card is Mystical Archive Agonizing Remorse. This is a foil swamp, but the foiling's very subtle. It's a little, you can kind of see it along the bottom edge there. Lesson, commons and uncommons. Wow. The rare is this owl that lets you learn. Mystical Archive, Gift of Estates, fetches you planes from your deck. Foil, it's like a dissection specialist or something. And wastes from the list. Next up, this one has a pest token, so seems like no list card. The art card is some Mystical Archive or another. Primal Command, I believe. Looks nice. I really like this one. Planes. A rare lesson. Some commons and uncommons. The rare, oh no, is this rare? Yeah, it's an equipment that gives your creature +1 in lifelink, I think, and lets you learn. Japanese Mystical Archive. Black-white, and it shows bolus on it. I believe it's called Tyrant's Downfall, and exiles a permanent with converted mana cost 4 or greater. Not foil, still a really nice looking card. I love that bolus. And a foil Impassioned Orator. Oh, my sleeves are kind of getting buried here. Fractal token. The art card is Mystical Archive Urza's Rage. I know this one right off the top of my head. Island. Lesson. Various commons and uncommons. Another of these. I got a foil one in an earlier pack. I don't remember what the name of the card is. Now that's a pull. It's the Japanese Mystical Archive Alt Art Day of Judgment. No foil, unfortunately. But Day of Judgment, hard to go wrong with something like that. 2 white, destroy all creatures. So, very happy to have that on hand. It definitely has a home in some of my decks. and foil Witherbloom Apprentice. An ad card. Teach by Example. It's a spell. The art card. It's a spell that can copy other spells. Swamp. Lesson. Commons and uncommons. This is a destroy target creature. You can play it for 1 and a black, and your opponent will draw a card, or you can play it for 3 and a black. Sorry, it's exile, not destroy. Japanese Mystical Archive. Claim the Firstborn. This one you can actually tell by the art because it has like a goblin grabbing a little guy. Cute. I don't know if I really have a home for this, but it's quite a cool card. And foil. It's a card that makes a pest token. Inkling token. This is Dina Soul Steeper, maybe? She's like a dryad witch character. Planes, lesson, commons and uncommons. The rare is the Biblioplex, which is a Library of Alexandria homage reference card. The Mystical Archive is Time Warp, take an extra turn spell that does not exile itself. Very, very good for killing your opponent by taking all of the turns from that point onward in the game. And this foil combat trick. The back of this ad card, or the back of this token is quite nice. Has the character Killian Ink Duelist on it. Sorry if I'm waving the cards around out of frame. I keep getting distracted. Pest token. The art card is Ibrahim, Dean of Order? Dean of... I don't remember. It's the blue half of the blue-green Dean's pairing. Forest. A lesson. Commons and uncommons. The rare is Archmage Emeritus, a card I actually use in my Kaza Royal Shaper EDH deck. And Japanese Mystical Archive Inquisition. Japanese Mystical Archive Inquisition of Kozilek, I believe. So it's a discard, 1-mana discard spell. And a foil lesson. Let's slap a sleeve on this guy. No token in this one, so that must mean there's a list card. Got the art card for, it's like geometric growth or something. It's a rampant growth variant. Swamp, lesson, commons and uncommons. The rare Augmenter Pugilist. It's a modal double-faced card. It's at 3/3 that gets +5/+5 if you control 8 or more lands. And on the back, it makes all of your creatures into a copy of another creature you control until end of turn, I believe. This spell, which copies a creature spell on the stack. I believe this is Snakeskin Veil, +1/+1 and hexproof. Very beautiful art. You can kind of see the snakes swirling around her there. Foil and a Beseech the Queen from the list. That's kind of funny because I actually already have a playset of Beseech the Queen from my mono black Torpor Orb brew back in the day. Got a tutor up Torpor Orb so you can play Hunted Horror without repercussions, and since it was mono black and it had Dark Ritual, this is just a kitchen table deck. You could turn to Dark Ritual, Beseech the Queen for Torpor Orb. I quite like the art for these spirit tokens. It's like a statue being held together by red or orange energy. The art card is Time Warp, which we already saw, the Mystical Archive version. Mountain, Lesson, some commons and uncommons. The blue-green dual land. This is Mystical Archive Lightning Helix. And a foil, it's called like Deny Acceptance or something. Ooh, no token. Got a list card. The art card is Grape Shot. So I could use this as like a storm counter or something. That's kind of cool. Island, Lesson, commons and uncommons. Here's a rare. It's like Shyly, Dean of Radiance, and she transforms into it's Killian's dad, Ambrose, Dean of Shadows or something. They both have like a focus, please. They both have like a +1/+1 counter theme. I'll put a +1/+1 counter on your creature and then deal damage to it because he's supposed to be like a very rigorous trainer. But when your creature with a +1/+1 counter dies, you draw a card. Whereas she taps to put a +1/+1 counter on each creature that entered this turn. Witherbloom Command. This is Eliminate. foil unwilling ingredient, and land tax from the Mystical Archive. Kind of like the one we opened up, or this is from the list, my mistake. It's the Battle Bond version from the list. A very famous spell for, or enchantment for getting a lot of lands into your hand. Pretty expensive too, so nice pull. Elemental token. This art card is the back of Augmenter Pugilist. I don't remember the name. Mountain, lesson, commons and uncommons. The same stadium that we took a look at earlier that was in foil. Japanese. What on earth is this? It's a 1 in a red. Uncommon. This might be Thrill of Possibility. The discard 1, draw 2. And a foil Waterfall Aerialist, I believe. Just a common. Got an ad card. The art card is Rutha, who is the blue-red student. Swamp, lesson, commons and uncommons. The red-white dual land. And Abundant Harvest, a card I'm personally very excited for. It's 1 green. It's basically a cantrip. You choose land or non-land, and it'll draw you the top card of that type from your library. Very, very, very cool. You can keep 1 land or 2 land hands with this card and know that you're always going to get that second or third land you need. I think this is underrated right now, but is just going to become more and more desirable as people realize how consistent it is. Raw power might be relatively low, but the consistency this card gives you is pretty unparalleled. And a foil Owlin Shield Mage. This is actually like one of my favorite arts in the set, even though it's just on a common. Kind of nice to have it in foil. I hope that's showing up well for you all at home. Oops, gotta open this where everyone can see it. That's what an unboxing video is all about, huh? Spirit token. What on earth is this? Oh, I think it goes like this, and it's Japanese or normal mystical archive, Tendrils of Agony. I would really like to open this card, so let's hope this is a good sign. Land, lesson, commons and uncommons, mythic rare, Jadzi, Oracle of Arcavios. It's a modal double-faced card that is a Journey to the Oracle on the other side. This is maybe my favorite. Journey to the Oracle is maybe my favorite single art in the set. Let's see if we can get it to focus a bit better. It's by Chris Ron, who always makes these beautiful paintings that look like they're set at the golden hour. with the orange light hitting those cliffs. You just get the sense like she lives up there. You're like so excited to go journey and see what the oracle has to say. Oops. And she definitely won't disappoint. Even though she costs 8 mana, her ability to cast spells from the top of your library is incredibly powerful. Cody, this is more of a meme card, talking book. Croson Grip, Mystical Archive. Got a fractal token. The art card is this dissecting guy. Land, lesson, commons and uncommons. Here's a rare elder dragon, Galazeth Prismari. Or mythic rare elder dragon. He creates treasures and lets your artifacts tap for 1 mana of any color. I think this is maybe a decent Voltron commander because of his ability to protect himself. When you play him on curve turn 4, then you get 1 mana that you can leave up for Spell Pierce or something. Generally, I'm a big fan of Voltron strategies. Also, we have Prismari command, another Thrill of Possibility, and a foil red common. I'm a big fan of Voltron strategies, but I've always just found them to be relatively weak. You just need to hold up. It's just very mana intensive to constantly be trying to get your guy not killed by all the other players. And when, while you're doing that, other players are also developing, so you just get outclassed. You go so hard into one strategy that you get completely outclassed. But a Voltron commander that also gives you a bunch of mana, like Galazeth, seems strong. I'm not sure what this card is. It's some kind of numbered list. If anyone knows, let me know in the comments. The blue-red dual land from this set as an art card. Swamp, lesson, commons and uncommons. Mavinda, Student's Advocate. This is a feather, like a heroic type card that'll let you reuse your combat tricks over and over. This is some kind of red damage spell. Shock, I think. And a Lorehold Apprentice. Really, really weak card. Even though the art's pretty cute. Oh, blurry. I like her style. I like the Lorehold aesthetic the most of any of the colleges, for sure. Inkling Summoning, or Inkling Token created by Inkling Summoning. This is the Rejuvenate art card. I still can't remember the actual name. Foil Plains, Oh, here's the card that makes the token. They're even illustrated by the same artist. Cute. Some commons and uncommons. This rare is an X draw spell with a bunch of extra text that kind of doesn't do anything. This is... Is this the Mystical Archive Grape Shot? Japanese Mystical Archive Grape Shot? It's hard for me to tell. I have a list of these by image. Definitely really beautiful art though, really crazy. Yeah, these have really blown me away. They look amazing. Like, they looked good online when I was looking at the previews, but they look amazing in person. And foil. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to go. Not too many. Elemental token. Introduction to Prophecy art card. I recognize this one because it's one of the lessons. Island lesson or learn card. No, lesson. Commons and uncommons. This rare is... It's like a creature that eats spells from your graveyard to get bigger, and then it transforms into a spell that does... You draw and discard, and it deals damage equal to the size of the spell you discarded, if I remember correctly. Hold on, I'm going to adjust the microphone. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too disruptive for you all. Blade Historian gives your attacking creatures double strike, super strong. Divine Gambit, Mystical Archive, foil common. Another Inkling token. This is the Witherbloom command art card. Forest. Rare lesson. Commons and uncommons. This is a rare that makes a bunch of mana. I don't remember exactly what the conditions are. Equal to the amount of life you gained, I think. I think I considered it for my life gain deck, but ultimately decided it wasn't quite good enough. This is a Defiant Strike, Japanese Mystical Archive, uncommon, a little underpowered. And foil, I believe this is like a counter spell. Fractal Summoning. I keep calling the tokens by the name of the card that makes a token. That's my mistake. The art card is Professor of Zoomancy. This bear professor. Island. Inkling Summoning. Commons and uncommons. Callous Blood Mage rare, a nice toolbox creature. It can make a 1/1 pest, exile your opponent's graveyard, or cause you to draw a card and gain 1 life. Mystical Archive Doomblade. And foil. That's a nice looking foil. Wow. Not really usable in any kind of format, but really nice looking. Got a treasure token. This is the Stone Rain art card. Mountain, Lesson, Commons and Uncommons. Wandering Archaic. This is a modal double-faced card. The front is a creature that can copy your opponent's spells unless they pay 2. The back is a spell with some amazing Wayne Reynolds art. I mean, he did the front too, but I like the back better. That lets everybody go get a land. This is the spell that makes a fractal equal to the size number of cards in your library, but it doesn't really have any abilities. It just makes a huge creature, so not exceptionally strong. Here's the English Mystical Archive Snakeskin Veil. Foil Curate. No token here, so that means we get a list card. Velamachus Lorehold, that's the red-white Elder Dragon. So here's his art card. Foil Forest. Lesson. Commons and Uncommons. Tempted by the Auric. It's a gain control spell. This is the... I don't remember if this is Eliminate or Agonizing Remorse. They both have the same mana cost. It's either Eliminate or Agonizing Remorse, though. Foil Rip Apart, pretty strong card. Deals 3 damage to a player, or to a creature, or planeswalker, or destroy target artifact, or destroy target enchantment. And Golden Glow Moth. I've been getting a lot of Lorwyn block stuff in this list cards. 1 mana 0/1 flying, but it gains you 4 life when it blocks. For those blocking enthusiasts out there. Alright. I wasn't gonna say what the card I wanted the most was, because it was gonna jinx it. But now that we're down to the last pack, I can admit that I really wanted to get Japanese Mystical Archive, Mind's Desire. I love Mind's Desire, and I want that art so bad. Alright, no token in this one either. Prismari Command art card. Forest, Lesson, Commons and Uncommons. This is some kind of power, something power. It's like a worse epic experiment, honestly. Opt, Foil Lorehold Excavation, and Relentless Rats. Nice, not too bad overall. Maybe we can take a quick flip through these cards that I set aside as maybe like the big catches. This box definitely made its value back though, which is exciting. I think the Mystical Archive is like a huge deal, and hopefully, we'll replace masterpieces, because I think people are really loving it, and hopefully Wizards will recognize that it can sell a lot of packs. So yeah, we really made out with this box though. lots of stuff that's usable for Commander, and some stuff that will probably get resold so people can bling out their standard decks. Land tax is huge. Time warp is huge. Day of Judgment is huge. Chaos Warp is nice. Sign in Blood, Swords to Plowshares. Yeah, I'm really, really happy with how I came away from this. Well, thanks for watching, and go ahead and leave some comments if you like this setup, or if you like the setup I've used for my other videos. I know that you probably couldn't see the cards as well, but hopefully my voice sounded a lot nicer, so that's the trade-off that we have to make right now. But I hope you enjoyed this nice long one, and have a nice night.